When did you last wear socks? I don't know about you, but I am missing putting on some woolly warm socks. I'm missing wearing cardigans and jumpers. I'm missing woolly warm pyjamas and getting under the duvet in front of the TV with the dog and the cat and the children and an enormous bar of Cadbury's dairy milk. I am missing chocolate. Now this heat has affected my chocolate addiction so much more than you'd ever expect. I don't know about you. How are you doing with your chocolate in this heat? I can't have it. It's not working for me. It's very, very sad. I've got to find new ways of adapting. Anyway, this heat and drought that we can see all over the local area and far beyond that at the moment has got me thinking. It got me thinking about the other sorts of droughts that we can experience in our own lives. The ones out there, the lack of water, seem very clear. There are clear signs. The river is running dry. The grass is dead. Who has seen any green grass for the last, 2 months? I haven't. Now the hanging baskets, they are meeting premature deaths, aren't they? How many of you have managed to keep yours going? I gave up a while ago. The only thing actually that seems to be doing well are the weeds that are just persevering. They're in full bloom, aren't they? They're glorious. If you've got lots of weeds in your garden like I have, you are winning there. But anyway, I digress. The droughts that we feel in our own lives from time to time can be really challenging. For me personally, and I think actually probably for a lot of Christians, spiritual drought is a real thing. I'm not talking about losing faith or doubting in Jesus or God or any of that. I'm talking a different sort of thing where you are desperate to hear from God or feel that connection, sense Him really close by. But for some reason, for this season in your life, for this day or week, or perhaps for some people years, He just doesn't seem to be there. Now we know He is there because, like I said, it's not our faith that has dried up. It's our sort of sense of communicating with the real living Christ. For me, when this happens, I have to work really hard by surrounding myself in the Word. And I don't mean reading the Bible, which I do, but I'm really dyslexic. So for me, hearing that word is audiobooks and radio programs and podcasts. I listen to so many podcasts when I'm feeling that kind of disconnect. And I do it almost subliminally. So constantly in the background, in the car, when I'm going to sleep, when I'm cooking, whatever it is I'm doing, walking the dog, I will be listening to different priests talking, giving sermons. I'll be listening to the audio Bible. I will just be like completely surrounded in the Word of God. Now, I'm not always listening to it. Okay, so don't think I'm like this super holy person. I'm not. It is, I try to be, but I'm human. But it is more about having it subliminally coming into me and feeding my soul. Eventually, I've discovered something switches, something clicks, and I start noticing that these messages feel a bit more personal. That I can begin to feel that wonderful comfort of Christ getting nearer and nearer to me. And then, thank God, I get to hear His voice again, guiding me and encouraging me. And I'm just sort of thinking that I think it's so important that all of us practice and find what technique it is that we need to get us back into that place and that relationship with Christ when we're feeling dried out with nothing more to give and we can't feel him there filling us up again. And I imagine for each and every one of us, it's something different. For some, it will be music. For some, it will be the Eucharist or praying silently or going on retreat or whatever it is, looking at art. I just really want to encourage you this week, if you don't know what it is that brings you back into that relationship, that fills you and fuels you again, that you really spend some time thinking about it, because it's so important. We need to be prepared. We need to know what to do. And I think that sometimes it's very much like when the heavens open and the rain pours down after a drought and everything floods and everything overflows. And that's what I encourage you to get to, is the point where you've been all dried up, you're like a dried up prune, you're going to find a way to connect with God again. He's going to throw all his stuff onto you, and you in turn can shoot up and overflow and spread his marvellous word to others. Anyway, that's my thought for the week. Take care.